audience. So you need to be aware of more facets of this whole complex topic. So the involvement that you can decide for is pretty diverse. It is very important that you stay curious and that you start acting on it, that you talk to others, that you report on it, that you actually do something active about it. There's a term that we from time to time use, is that the people involved with our project have all decided to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. So you maybe wouldn't believe how many people have volunteered for helping with this project, but then you explain to them what they can help with and they never come back again. There's a very short, a very small initial motivation, and that ceases to exist after a few while. So you need to train yourselves to stick in with the things, even though it might be boring or even though you don't see an immediate effect. You need to work towards a long-term goal, and everybody here is happily welcome to join us in the cause we have, but we'll get to this in one slide. So we know that this audience here has a big potential, and we know that almost anyone here who is involved in technology has a way or the means to help shape the future. You are the people who are implementing and securing the systems that we have today. At the end of the day, it will maybe be someone from this audience who is implementing a censorship list, or who has access to this censorship list, or who in another way is aware of what is going on a technological side, who can creatively help shape the future in a certain way. A lot of things for the platform needed to be developed as well. People with creative minds need to give their input on finding solutions for problems we see. Another important aspect, no matter what people here tell you, there is no real value in selling out to the industry. We know that in the recent years this has been advertised more and more, and you write exploit codes for companies that sell them to the governments or whatever. You do a lot of contractual work for someone. In the end of the day, this always suits someone who is making money with this. But it does not mean, and I think even looking at the financial crisis of the last weeks or months, we know that making money is not necessarily connected to the benefit of the people. So you need to be aware that if you're serving someone's business needs, you're not necessarily helping to develop the society in the same way. Challenge your reality. Everyone here is very critical about technology you use, software you use, other things you play along with, that you hack, that you modify, that you change. Develop the same attitude towards your reality. Look at how things are working and be as critical as you are on the technical things about your society and about your community, about the information you get, and about how this information is processed by the media. And as a maybe last point that is very important for us to make, a lot of people focus on too much undocumented conspiracy. We have tens of thousands of documents that give hard fact about conspiracies in this world, real-world conspiracies with conspirators and people that try to manipulate and hide things from you. There's too many people focusing on all the things that are hypothetically out there. Start reading the things that are already there, and from there we can take it to the next things. Encourage other sources by processing source material. Encourage other sources to step forward and give more information out that you will read and bring back to the community, that will become part of the truth that is being told. So in that way, help to take technology to change tomorrow by preserving today and yesterday. This is a very, as Julian outlined before, a very important part of the actual work is preserving yesterday and today, and all the information that had already been there, preserving this for the future, so people are able to take a sane decision. So, in that way, we would like you to help us, or we would ask anyone who feels that this is a good cause and that feels that he has some time on his hands or other ways to contribute, to help further our development and to help make this portal more workable for more people in the world. We only depend on awareness and involvement, and both of these things can be spawned from people getting involved into the project and spawning more attention to it. So we are made of many things, and you need to realize that you have a lot of potential and not fear your potential. There was a very hypothetical threat that there might be people showing up today interrupting this talk, and we spend all of the night thinking about how we should act on this. Should we come here? Should we delay this talk? Should we stream the talk from, I don't know, some remote place into here? But actually there is nothing to hide for. We are standing here for talking about a project that is important, and a project that is on a moral cause, that is good, that is protected by a lot of laws. There is no need to fear. The only thing you need to fear is your fear. So get over this and stand up for what you believe in and act accordingly. This is... In that respect, donate time, whatever time you have for whatever things to do. You need housing, hosting, bandwidth, uplinks, storage, development time, a lot of things that we're all pretty sure that this audience can deliver in mass. And if you understand the value of this project, then please get in touch with us. So, in that respect, I guess I'm not sure if you want to give the last things to our helping hands, or.
That's all right. No, so it's just a very few thank yous. Jake has been immensely patient, I believe. So none of what we do is possible without sources. Those are those people in different organizations, activists, friends of journalists, people working for government bureaucracies, people working for government bureaucracies, people like you. Sorry. People that have come forward, that have leaked information to us. A very important statistic, and one that surprised us, is that we have never, to our knowledge, and we try very hard to know, lost a source, ever. We have never had a source exposed. We have never had a source prosecuted. We expected to have sources prosecuted, not because of technical failures on our end, not because we didn't protect them, but because investigations based on means, motive and opportunity inside an organization are not something we can really do much about. And yet no source has been caught. So what this actually shows you is that the perception of fear is not in tune with the reality for sources. The perception that they will get caught is vastly in excess of the chance that they will actually get caught. And this is a selection problem, a sampling problem, in that it's only when people get caught that you actually hear about it. When people are successful, you either don't hear anything about this in the mainstream press, or you might see something, documents seen by the New York Times, but you don't think of a particular person when that happens. So our legal team, we thanked them before, but they are immensely useful, and over $1 million worth of legal time donated to this project. It's extremely significant. And the Tor project and Roger and Jake, these are people who walk the walk as well as talking the talk. And one of the ways you can help us is to help them.
Yeah, make exit notes, everybody. There's don't fear it, just do. It would be of immense help to a lot of projects that try to do something useful in this world.
And PRQ, who have really a Swedish internet hosting provider, who have really gone into bat for us. There are others. PRQ is the most notable. And a classic example is when we released information on the Northern Rock Bank. We did this last year, long before the financial collapse. We released injuncted information in the UK, and the lawyers Schillings called PRQ, and I won't say the expletive, but you know, call them ambulance chasers and they should go away. Actually, a very effective tactic when they try and report that back to their client.
Yeah, and finally, I guess some other helping hands. There's a lot of people involved in this project, much more than you can see on this stage here right now. They all know about it. For various reasons, we can't name them. I guess everybody will understand, but they hopefully all know who they are and what it is that they contribute. So in this respect, if any of this sounds appealing to you, be that from a technological side, be that because we offer legal challenges you won't get with any other clients, or be that for whatever reason or whatever value you see in freedom of information. So get in touch with us and thanks a lot for the patience.
Thank you very much for that. I'd just like to end on a quote by the American revolutionary Thomas Paine, who wrote a book called The Rights of Man. He's a very famous figure in the American Revolution. And Thomas Paine warned that if the majority of the people were denied the truth and the ideas of truth, that it was time to storm what he called the Bastille of words. And we think that time is now, and that we can do it, and with the help of this audience and this community, we can do it. To get in contact with us, you can look at the webpage. There's lots of contact details there for different countries. Also, we'll be around
Yes.
here afterwards.
Yeah, well, at least after Jake's talk, which we would like to recommend to everybody, just be seated and prepare for the next good talk, I guess.
And
so thanks a lot.
It will be a very, very good talk, so do stay around.